Hello, welcome to Just Prime, and as part of this video, we are going to see the method, arguments and return type. Okay, so as part of the previous video, we have already seen the method introduction and how to write a method and what is the syntax we need to follow. And we have already seen one of the simple method and how to call it from the main method. Okay, so now as part of this video, we are going to see how to pass the inputs to the method and how to use it and how to return a return type after executing a block of statements. So these are the things we are going to see as part of this video. Okay, let me jump into a simple a program. From that we are going to understand it. So this is our previous program what we have written, Java methods. This is the class and we have written a simple method called a display name. To make it simply the previous example, we don't have any arguments here, and also we have not written anything from the previous example method. Okay, let me write now another class so that we can see the different arguments and return type. So this is my class name Java methods 2, and I'm going to select public static void main so that it will generate the default method. Yes, I'm just going to remove these unnecessary lines. Okay, now we have our class is ready and we have a default method. So like we discussed in the previous example, and basically we have to write the method inside your class only. So let me write this one. Public is our access specifier and a static. So this is the keyword we are going to understand in next subsequent videos, and I'm going to return void here and display name, our method name, and open bracket, close bracket. And so here we can pass the inputs. What input we need to pass it here? So let me write here something. So if you see this example, right, so if I run this program, what will happen? Let me run and show you. So this is the way we are going to call the method and save it, run it. See here, it's displaying always just prime. My name is just prime, just prime, just prime. But I don't want to display always just prime. I want to display the different name based on the input what is going to provide as part of this method, right? So that's the main advantages of the arguments. So let me write an argument. So this argument can be any data type. It can be integer, float, double string, or any user defined data types. So let me make it simple. This example, I'm going to take an input called as a string name and I'm going to display here. I don't want to hard code any name here, so you just write here name. So we have a input here and we are going to display that input as part of our sysout statement, right? So how to pass the inputs for this method? So to pass the inputs here, you just come here and you can pass the input here. So this is my name. So now our input is ready, our method is ready. Let me run and see whether we are getting a name or not. Yes, if you see here, right, so it's displaying my name is just fine. Now let me pass a different value. I don't want to pass just fine, I want to pass so I want to pass a different name called as Kumar, and let me pass another name as, right? So I have used, so if you see here the method, right, so I'm using same method for different arguments, so we'll be getting different output will be displayed over here. Yes, if you see here, right, so my name is just friend, my name is Kumar, my name is Raz, right? So this is the way we can use the arguments and we can pass it and you can use inside your method. So this is one of the example, and we can write. Right now if you see in this example, I'm passing only one argument, right? So in the similarly we can pass n number of arguments with separated by comma. So let me write another example. public static void. So calculate sum is the method, and so here we need to pass the arguments, and it will take two arguments. I'm going to take two arguments, integer a comma integer b, and finally I'm going to display here the sum. So how I'm going to display a plus b. So it's a simple arithmetic operation. So here we are going to display the sum here. If we see this example, right, it's very simple. So we are not returning anything, but we are taking two inputs. So as per the previous example, we have taken one input, but here we are taking two inputs, two integers, and separated by comma. And you can take any different type of data types, and it should be separated by comma. You can take integer, you can take string, float, double, or any combinations, and but all the data types should be separated by comma, and you can use that variables inside your method. Okay, so now our method is ready, arguments also ready. So let me call this one from our main method. So to make it simple, I'm just going to comment the previous method of lines, so that it will not generate the output. Calculate sum, and it will take two arguments. Yes, so if you see here, our method is ready and it is taking inputs, and now let me run and see whether it's displaying the output properly or not. Yes, it's displaying sum equal to 30. Or let me try some different numbers whether it's working or not. So I'm going to pass 40 here. So I can able to reuse my method, and again with different values I'm getting the output. So this is one of the advantage of the method. Okay, 40 20 we are giving, and it's giving output as 60. So this is perfect. So now we can able to see the arguments and different types of arguments, and now we are going to see the return type. If we see the previous example, we are not returning anything, right? Void means it's not returning anything, it's executing a block of statements, and it's doing some function or activity, and silently it is discarding. Okay, now if I want to return some value, so how to do it? Public access specifier, static is the keyword we'll be seeing later, and then followed by return type. So the return type can be anything, any valid data type. It can be integer, float, double, or anything, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to display, I'm going to return an integer value, and I'm going to take a simple method is add, and here you can take here three numbers: integer x, integer y, integer z. So these are the three arguments I'm going to take here, and I'm going to add all these numbers whatever user is passing. Finally, what we had to do, we had to return this sum here. So that is the basic difference between the previous examples and the current one. Yes, now our method is ready. If we see this method very closely, right, we can see one major difference. So here there is no return type, and here there is some valid return type. And in the previous example, we don't have any return keyword, and here we have a return keyword, and it's returning a sum. Sum is of integer data type. So whenever we are defining a data type, right now we can consider we have to return same data type. If you are returning integer here, you have to return integer variable. If you are returning float here, you have to return float variable. So that is one more point we have to keep in our mind. So for currently, okay. So now our method is ready, and it will take three numbers as an inputs, and so it's returning integer output. So to make it easy, I'm going to comment the previous examples. Okay, now I'm going to call this method, and I'm going to pass here 1 comma 3 comma 5 as an inputs. And if we see here, right, so our method is returning an integer value, so we can able to hold the integer in our local variable. Yes, if you see here, right? So we are calling the method and we are passing the inputs as per method expectation, and we are returning some of the value of int type, and we can able to hold the return type the some variable of int, and we can able to display the value also. So that's all. So now let me run and see the output. Yes, if you see the output, it is displaying as 9, right? So we are passing here 135, and the total sum of three numbers is 9. So this is the way we can do the return. We can able to return the value from the method, and we are going to see another example, and the last one is the different data type. So let me write here public static. I'm going to return here string. Yeah, if you see the method how I define here, so here we have a access specifier, and static is a keyword, and here the return type is a string, not integer. So the method name here it is change my name. So here I'm going to take the input as a string. So here I'm going to return as a string change name equal to welcome to name. So if you see here, right, so the name what I'm preparing or how I'm changing the name, I'm adding a string called welcome to, and the whatever the input is coming, I'm just prefixing or I'm trying to add some of the string, and finally I'm going to return the value because I have specified the. So this is the way I can able to return the value, what type of return type I have specified, and a similar kind of return type or value I'm trying to return here. So this is the way we can return a different data type. Previously we have written integer, and now we are returning string and with a different method name and different arguments. So how to use it? So I'm going to call this method again from our main method. I'm just going to comment the previous examples and just going to maximize it. So this is our method name. I have to pass here just prime as an input I'm passing, and it will return as string, and I'm holding the return type. I return value integer variable called name and of type string. Now I'm going to print the value. Yes. So here this is my method name, and this is the argument of type string I'm passing here. What it's expecting change my name method, and it's returning a string, and I'm holding the return value in the variable called name and of type string, and I'm trying to print the value finally. So let me run this program. Yes, if you see here, right, it's displaying very clearly change name welcome. I just fine. Let me pass a different value, whether it's reflecting or not. Let me run it. So it's giving the different name. So this is the advantage of methods, and so the arguments and the return type. I hope you might have enjoyed this video, and if you like the video you can click the like button and subscribe the channel for more subsequent updates, and thanks for your time.